What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here once again with some more StarCraft 2 commentary from Wings of Liberty. This will be the third game in a row, and actually the last game from Wings of Liberty before we go back to some more Heart of the Swarm commentary. No, not the last Wings of Liberty commentary ever. There will still be some more. I'm probably going to periodically do this, come out with a majority of Heart of the Swarm commentary replays, and then a couple of Wings of Liberty as well. Just because, once more, I mentioned this in a prior replay, this is what most of the pros are doing. Most of the pros are still playing Wings of Liberty because that's where all the tournaments are happening. Now, once there's the switch and the beta is a little more stable and tournaments start featuring the beta content, then we'll see more pro games, and as a result, we'll have a lot more replays. Let's take a look, though, starting off with some player information. Down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position, our blue Protoss player who is going for a Forge Fast Expand is Sage. Sage took second place at the ESV TV Korean Weekly Season number 7 event. This was on June 28th, and then on September 2nd, took second place at the Battle at Ministry of Win. His opponent over here in the upper right-hand spawn position is our red Zerg player, Acer Nerchio. Nerchio took first place at the Home Story Cup 5. This was on July 8th of this year. And then on August 19th, he took second place at the IEM Season 7 Global Challenge Cologne. We're going to be seeing Nerchio go with a spawning pool first. Mention this all the time, but very wise in this matchup. Pretty standard, pretty much expected, because this stupid probe here harassing you can really delay and put a kink in your expansion plans. So that's exactly why we see these kind of things. A spawning pool first. Get those Zerglings and Queens to defend yourself and just put yourself in a better position. Sage chilling out over here with a second probe. I think he's going to be planning some shenanigans. Yes, indeed. Now, we are going to be seeing a Forge Fast Expand, but is he going to try something funny? Some cannon harass over here at the third? I think it's quite probable. Yeah, most likely that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. Some sort of harass in some fashion. So we got the drone trying to move down. They're going to pass each other right now. Let's see what happens. He pulls back now. Did he see that? Did he see it? Oh boy, here come the shenanigans. Nexus has been placed, but he has the resources to come out with a pylon and a cannon shortly thereafter. Obviously, he'll continue to accumulate resources. So that's the assumption there. We get some Zerglings fanning out. This is probably going to be scouted. Zergling moving across right now. And moves right on down. Spots the pylon placement. Let's see what Sage decides to do. He has been spotted. Decides just to cancel it. Take his losses and run. Oh, very, very good there. Very good indeed by Nerchio, our red Zerg player. I can't believe I didn't have nameplates up. What the heck am I doing? So we do have 2 expansions now here for Nerchio. This is going to, of course, put him on 3 bases once both of those do finish. As a result, he will be delaying these extractors by quite a bit. That was a little interesting exchange there to begin with. Good on Nerchio for scouting for that potential, because that could have been absolutely devastating had he not spotted that. I think one of the really big giveaways was the fact that this Nexus was a little bit late. Sage was kind of holding back and delaying that Nexus a little bit because he was trying to see if he wanted to come down with his pylon and cannons to harass either one of these expansions here, but ended up not doing so. And once again, once he tried to, he got scouted and denied. We got a probe moving in over here for Sage, just maybe confirming that this expansion is up and running. And he's going to be pulling on back now with this probe. He's very close to losing it, though. Zergling. One more shot. Second Zergling moves in for the kill. There it is. Overlord chilling out over here, just out of range of that photon cannon. Got that first Zealot coming on through. After that, we'll be seeing either a Stalker or Sentry follow-up. And very smart of Nerchio to pull back with that Overlord right now, because he would lose that otherwise. Not much else going on besides that. You know, from Nerchio, I pretty much expect just mass droning up right now for the next few moments. He is going to be starting that transition into extractors. We got 2 over here. Is he going to come out with any over here, or is he just going to continue to drone up with the rest of those resources? But yeah, not many Zerglings yet. He's going to be starting that metabolic boost as soon as he can afford it. It's going to be the assumption anyways. Although he could start off with roaches. But want to see something interesting? I'll show you something interesting. Look at this. 2 Stargates over here for Sage. Opening up with some heavy airplay. Lots of harass is about to take place. You can already see he's preemptively, he's got that rallied. He says, I know where this is going. it's going right there at the third. And that's going to be some scary harass for Nerchio to deal with. Maybe a Void Ray or two and then just some Phoenixes. That could be really, really frustrating. Now this is significantly going to delay his ground forces. So we'll have to see what Nerchio is able to do about this, how he's able to defend. First Void Ray in production, that is going to be chrono boosted out. Second Stargate coming out with... Dun 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 dun, what is it going to be? You gonna be anything? Ah, he's waiting. He's waiting for those 250 resources. Think it's going to be another Void Ray. There it is. Second Void Ray. Queued up. Coming through. Heavy Void Ray opening here from Sage. Let's see how Nerchio can deal with that. Let's take a look right now at his queen count, sitting at just the 3. Doesn't have any extras to spread creep or anything like that. Now, that's concerning. You know, had he come out with 2 more just to start doing the creep spread, then he would have been in a perfect position to deal with these Void Rays. But without those extras, this could be a little hairy. Now he does have an evolution chamber coming out, and as soon as that finishes, we will of course be able to see some spore crawlers from him, that anti-air. Very effective. Sage's Zealots continue to harass, also transitioning right now into a Robo. Right over here. Zergling scouts the front wall, doesn't see much of anything. And here come the Void Rays. Spotted by Nerchio. Placing down 4 Spore Crawlers immediately, 2 Queens in production. He knows what he's about to deal with, and he's doing best that he can to make sure he'll be all set. And these are all spores at the third. Are you kidding me? Gonna be going straight for him. Decides, you know what, forget that, let's go for the Queens. Nice defense here. Nerchio hasn't taken much of a loss at all. Gonna kill off the second Zealot too. Excellent defense there. Nerchio with that Overlord, scouting out the air, moving across the map, able to preemptively prepare, placing down a few spores, and he's looking pretty good right now. We're going to see continuous air production, though. More and more Phoenixes coming out here. Right now, what is he sitting at? 4 Phoenixes and 3 Void Rays, and he's keeping it up. He says, I'm going heavy air. And Nerchio just has to deal with it. Infestation Pit right now coming through. Also a Macro Hatch here in the main. There are a lot of Void Rays, and with the Phoenixes lifting off the Queens, this is going to be a scary moment here for Nerchio. Now he's going to continue that Queen production. Also, again, we see those spores here. Oh, wow, that Void Ray barely gets away with 1 HP. Nerchio's so close to taking that out. And he keeps it up. Those Phoenixes are in continuous production here. Now he's preparing for a transition. We can see a few gateways coming through. So he will be able to transition out of this from that point. And no observers, because we do have that Robo. What did he do? He got an Immortal with that. Okay, I see. Alright, so keeping up the air harass now at the natural expansion. Phoenixes just keep coming through, and they're going to lift up those Queens and say, you can't do anything. Now basically what Nerchio is going to try to do here is he's trying to keep those Queens within range of these spores so that if they get lifted off, these spores will at least attack the Phoenixes. But these 3 Void Rays doing work here. This one with almost no HP left has 5 kills, 3 kills on that one, 2 kills on that one, plus all the buildings that they've destroyed. And behind all of this, Sage coming out with an expansion over here at the third. Finally halted that air production. The final count here, 9 Phoenixes and 3 Void Rays. And kind of surprised that he's pulled back, although I guess the timing is good since the Infestors are just about finished. So once those fungal growths hit, that would have been a major issue. So I guess I'm not all that surprised. We'll be using his Phoenixes now to move around the map and try to hunt some Overlords. We got one over here. And also that Overseer over there, plus 1 Overlord chilling out over here. Burrowed Infestors moving across the map right now. Let's see what Nerchio ends up doing with this. I'm actually pretty interested to see how this goes. Also coming out with some Zerglings. Metabolic Boost now just started. You can see how much that delayed Nerchio. Metabolic Boost now just starting. Carapace level 1 coming through. Phoenix is moving out. Overseer is donezo. But again, Burrowed Infestors. They've been spotted. They have been spotted. Sage with his Observer spots the Burrowed Infestors. Uh-oh. Now here come the Infested Terrans, and Zerglings moving to assist as well. Those Infestors are donezo, but the Infested Terrans doing so much damage. Plus these Zerglings, Colossus is a cause for concern, most definitely. And the Infestors trying to drop as many Infestitarians as they can before they get lifted off and taken out, and able to take out the expansion. Zerglings continuing to stream in. They still don't have Metabolic Boost. The extra damage and bodies helped to take out that expansion, and that was huge. I want to take a total look here at the resources lost this game. Nerchio, as expected, is behind, but that was a beautiful counterattack, and the burrowed Zerglings will delay the placement of this Nexus, if only for a moment or two. In the meantime, Nerchio comes out with a 4th base. So while Sage is over here mining off of 2 bases, probably even more so, 1.5 is a better term for that. Not many resources over here. We're going to see a 4th, soon-to-be saturated base here from Nerchio. At least I hope so. In terms of unit composition, we're seeing Speedling, Corruptor to deal with that air, and Roaches. Also moving up into some Hive Tech right now. Level 2 armor upgrades and level 1 melee coming through for Nerchio. Some Infestor action also continuing. I guess just one Infestor. Corruptors move forward to take out those Colossus. Speedlings bypass the entire army and they go straight for the 3rd. They're gonna get a surround on the Zealots or just walk right by him. Just walk right by him, forget him. Forget him, oh, can't go in there. Turns around, walks right by him again. Go straight for the Nexus. Let's see if we can take this out. Corruptors continue to chase down those Colossus. Zerglings coming forward, doing some damage as well. Here comes some Roaches. Zerglings do get mopped up. Sage coming out with a few more Zealots, able to take care of that. Roaches pushing forward with the Corruptors. This Colossus just hunted by the Corruptors. Now the Roaches just try to micro, hopefully to stay away from the Phoenixes, because he'll just get lifted off and then sniped down by the Stalkers and Phoenixes. And there you go, that's exactly what's happening here. Zerglings taking the center expansion. Sage trying to get an expansion right over here. Bad spot as Nerchio able to quickly deal with that. They're the force fields though. And he's going to save it. This game is nutso. More Speedlings moving in now towards the 3rd. Gonna try to take this out now. It is. He's gonna get this. He is gonna get this. Here come the force fields from the sentries. No, not in time. See you later. This expansion pretty injured. Zerglings move for that. Take that out too. Nerchio just dumped on those 2 expansions just like that. And the Speedlings now in the natural. Nerchio doing work this game. My gosh. Still behind with the resources lost, but I don't think that that's that big of a deal, because he has done significant economic damage taking out these 2 expansions. Now let's see this too. He's killed off 9 workers, which isn't a ton, but oh man, I tell ya, Sage calls the GG. Look at that. Nerchio behind a few thousand resources lost, but able to snipe out these 2 expansions by splitting up his forces, forcing Sage to continuously move back and forth, ends up getting the GG and the win. What a game. Quite an exciting game here between Nerchio and Sage, and Nerchio doing a phenomenal job of sniping these expansions, ends up getting the GG from his opponent Sage. Really unbelievable back and forth, and once again, quite an exciting game. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Keep watching and keep owning.